that with it he should smite the nations. Smite the nations. Kill the nations. And we are 12 nations that make up one nation. Understand this. Don't get it twisted, Israel. Go to, hold that. Get Genesis, just so you know. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. Go to Genesis 25 and 10. 35, let's see, this is 35 and 10. 35 and 10. Genesis 35 and 10. And the Most High said unto him, this is talking to our forefather Jacob, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob. This is Genesis 25 and 10. But Israel shall be thy name. This is when the Most High changed his name to Israel. And he called his name Israel. That's why we are the Israelites from our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. This is when it was changed here, when he wrestled with an angel. And the Most High said unto him, through the angel, I am the Most High Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation, listen to this clear. That's why I'm here, because it says he gonna smite the nations, right? A nation, listen, a nation and a company of nations, see, shall be of thee. So we a company of nations, 12 nations that make up one nation. So understand this. It's not just these other nations. It's talking about the Israelites too, because we are nations that make up one nation. 12 nations that make up one nation, the Israelites. And kings shall come out of thy loins, okay? So when he says here, I mean, I got to bring it on because it's got to be you got to understand what he's saying here. Verses 19 and 15. And out of his mouth, he said, if you lukewarm, you don't want to be all hot in this, you're going to do it your way, you lukewarm. This is what he's going to do to you. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it, with this sharp sword, he shall smite the nations. Kill the nations, including 2/3 of the nation of Israel, along with these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That rod of iron is with the laws of the Most High. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power that we just read about. You see? So don't get it twisted, because Amos 9 and 10. So you, oh no, that's talking about the other nation. Let's see what he's going to do to Israelites that think they're going to do whatever they want to do and going to get away with it, how they want to do. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners, all those that break the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, of my people who are the 12 tribes of Israel, shall die by the sword. Making me something different. Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Shall die by the sword. That sharp sword that we just read about. That he gonna smite, kill the nations. Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So you done drew evil to you, and you're gonna say that the Most High is not gonna fulfill what he says he's gonna do? When you draw evil to you, you draw Satan to you, think he ain't gonna allow him to tear your ass up, tear your butt up? And we just read ass, dumb ass spoke, so don't get twisted. So this was time it is. The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. You done drew evil to you because you sinners. That's why we say all the sinners, all those, because they teach in church that the Most High, he hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. That's a lie. This scripture dethrones your mind and the way you think any day. Any day. When he says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Out of his mouth come a sharp sword that he gonna smite the nations. We're 12 nations that make up one nation. We just went to that in Genesis 35 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Oh, yes, it is. You better understand. You better believe this. You hear the word of the Most High. You better ask somebody. This is serious. This lust and all this is, you go back to the law, this show is forbidden. This is forbidden. The Most High gave us his way. And understand this, too. Just in case some of you want to try and speak for the Most High. Go to Numbers 23 and 19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie. Most High is not a man that he should lie. Neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Had he said, and shall he not do it? Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken, and shall he not make it good? You hearing what he's saying. You either believe it or you don't believe it. That's why I say choose life or death. And you know, you look at these. You got certain ones that they entice the people that's trying to come into this truth, and they escaping from the world, and they bringing them back into the world. Even don't matter what type of position they in. It's just people. Sometimes people look at a position. You in a certain position that you got to be righteous. These people ain't righteous. You got the same people that was here on this earth when the Mashiach walked the earth. When the prophets walked the earth and they killed the prophets. The same people, they know the laws, they know these scriptures and so forth. The same spirits coming back on this earth, deceiving people. You done came out of the world and they trying to bring you, they still trying to deal with you like you would be in the world. Once that book is closed, now what's the word on you? This is real. When the book is closed, what's the word on you? And it's got to be proven. I mean, some of you already showing that the proof is there. Some lying, some deceivers, some dealing with falsehoods. Working with Willie Lynch. I mean, you're going to have the same. I mean, he said it might, 400 years it might work, even forever. It's still operating right now. You have those that straight up Willie Lynch. The white man ain't got to come and do nothing. All we got to do is just watch, and we doing it to ourselves. When the Most High said, love thy neighbor as thyself. And certain people, they hate themselves and they can't love nobody, really. So let's look at Exodus, the 20th chapter. In Exodus, the 20th chapter is dealing with the 10 commandments that the Most High gave us. And understand this, all the laws, you got 613 laws, all the laws are based upon how we love the Most High and how we love each other. Israelites, that's it. How to serve the Most High and how do we serve each other. Look at Exodus 20 and 17. This is the last of the 10 commandments that the Most High gave us. He said, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Covet just means desiring something of your neighbor's. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. You're supposed to be desiring your desire. That covet is a desire and a lust. Lust for your neighbor's wife. That's adultery. That's abomination. That's a sin. And the judgment is death. Unless you repent, the Most High forgive you. It says, nor his manservant. You're supposed to be desiring his manservant. Nor his maidservant, nor his woman servant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. You're supposed to be lusting after things that other people have. That's what he's telling you. Be content with what you have. If you want more, work for more. Ask the Most High to help you to be able to have more, if that's what you desire. But then you go into lust there. Because you're already coveting what you see somebody else have, then you want the same thing, when you could have your own. Be creative. Think of something you could do yourself. And some of you thinking about things just beyond your means. If it's beyond your means, how you looking at to do something that you can't really do? Never gonna happen. Because your desires, your lust that you're dealing with is wrong. It's you coveting something from that somebody else has. It's like following the Joneses. And you can't follow the Joneses because you ain't got the money to do what they're doing. So why desire that? Then they have whatever they have and you become jealous of them. It's not right. Look at Proverbs 6. Proverbs the 6th chapter. We're dealing with lust. And there's many these desires that you have. Proverbs 6. In verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp. The commandments of the Most High is a lamp. You know, you have a lamp. You turn the light on, you're in the light. You turn it off, you're in darkness. For the commandment is a lamp to bring you into the light. And the law is light, see? The law is light. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Why? To keep thee from the evil woman, to keep you from an evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Hear that? From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, an immoral woman. The evil woman is an immoral woman, a woman that don't follow the law, statutes, commandments. From the smooth tongue, her smooth words of the wayward wife. You see? It said, lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Don't lust after. That's what a lot of men, they lust after the beauty of the woman because she, in your mind, you're seeing her as beauty. Beautiful. Say, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, in your mind. Mashah Shai said, because she could belong to somebody else. And women love attention. They love that attention, whether they married or not. In this world now, because they Edomized. You know, very prideful. They want to be esteemed. They gotta be highly exalted. Sometimes above the Most High and the Mashah Rashai, because as long as you exalting them, they don't care about exalting the Most High and the Mashah Rashai. They ain't gonna lead you to that because they're an evil woman, immoral. To keep thee from the evil woman. These laws, statutes, commandments supposed to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And most certainly these strange women of these other nations that the Most High separated us from and told us we're not supposed to be dealing with in marriage and so forth. But this world says it's okay. Just follow your heart. You like each other, it's okay. But the Most High gonna separate all the nations. If you married to another nation, they're gonna be over there by themselves with their people. And they're just like gonna be over here. You're gonna be over there looking over there. Wow, we ain't even together. Mashah, what y'all just told us, he's going to separate all the nations one from another as a shepherd divided the sheep from the goats. Now, you can make it mean anything else. That's what he said. So here it is. He's saying, hey, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Flattery of the tongue, hey, baby, I love you. I like you. I choose you. I want to be with you. This strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. He said, don't be lusting. Don't desire. Don't have that. Let's read it again. Lust. Intense, excessive, or unrestrained sexual desire. An overwhelming craving, intense eagerness or enthusiasm. To have an intense desire, sexual desire. Hear that? So it's mainly dealing with desire, sexual desire here as we deal with this woman. This evil woman, when verse 25 says, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, in your mind. Don't lust after her beauty in your mind, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. She blinking at you. Clear sign that, hey, you can get it. But she belongs to somebody else. And it take a strong man to resist it because, it is what it is. The world we in. You have to resist. For by means of a whorish woman, see, that's whorish. She a hoe. By means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. A man is brought to a piece of bread. Feed him. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Hear that? Adulteress, that woman that will go away from her man and sleep with another man or men. Sleep with this man and that man and this man and that man. That lustful desire. Intense sexual desire. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can you take fire in your bosom and your clothes not be burned? You're going to bring fire among you and your clothes ain't going to be burned? Of course it will be. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? Can you walk on hot coals and your feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, which is commit adultery, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. She belongs to some other man. Whoever touch her shall not be innocent. This is real. Look at verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He ain't going to spare in the day of vengeance. That's why a lot of men be put to death behind messing with another man's woman. He will not regard any ransom. Ain't nothing you can pay him. Just take away his vengeance that he want to bring upon you when you lay with his woman. Neither will he rest content. He ain't going to be content. Can't even sleep right. Though thou givest many gifts. Though you give many gifts, try and ransom your way out of this. No. Give many gifts. Say, he don't care. You're not going to care. Go to Romans, the 13th chapter. Romans 13. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, you got to know the time, people. That now, right now, is high time to awake out of sleep, awake out of darkness, wake out of ignorance. That's what it's talking about. Not knowing what time it is. It's high time that you know what time it is and not be asleep, not in darkness, not ignorant, not knowing. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Our salvation, powers and authority coming to the Israelites are nearer than what we believe. Remember, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it, that follower. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. See, the day is at hand. The night is night. We're in night. We're in darkness now. Gross darkness is the people, mind, the way they think. The day is at hand. The day is when the Mashiach shall come forth. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Cast off the works of darkness. Ignorance, not knowing, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us put on the armor of light. That armor is what? Power and authority. That shield of protection that's going to lead to the power and authority of Jacob is it that beginneth after Esau's world is taken out. That's the day that's coming. Because we're in night now. That's why it says, hey, the night is far spent. The day is at hand. The kingdom is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Cast off the works of darkness. Cast off the works of wickedness and evil and breaking the Most High's laws and not knowing. You got to know. Ain't going to be no excuse when this judgment comes. Like it says, evil's going to come on those that's in this world in the last days because of great pride. So we say, cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor, the protection of light. What's that light? We just read it. The law, statutes, commandments of the Most High is the light. His laws is the light. Let us walk honestly, as in the day. Walk honestly as the kingdom is here, because the kingdom is within us. So we got to be examples of how to walk righteously, honestly, as in the day that the Mashiach is coming. So you got to know how to operate as the kingdom is here, within us. Not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chamberings and wantonness, not in strife and envying, allowing the Willie Lynch syndrome to still be affecting us to this day, against each other and so forth. But put ye on the Hamashiach Yahushai, and make not provisions for the flesh. Make not provisions for the flesh. You got to walk in the spirit to fulfill the lust thereof. You walk in the spirit, you walk in the lust of the flesh, then you're going to fulfill the lust thereof. What's that talk about, walking in the flesh? Go to Galatians, the 5th chapter. Let's find out. Galatians 5 and 17. Let's look at verse 16 first. Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You got the spirit, you got the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit. So there's sexual desires or whatever desires that you have that's lustful. It's lusting against the spirit. And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that you would. There's a battle between the spirit and the flesh. And they battling against each other. Which one you going to allow to win? The flesh or the spirit? The flesh going to lead you to death. The spirit going to lead you to life. Let's continue to read. What is this flesh is talking about? But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. If you led of the spirit, not under the law. Why is it say that? Because you're not going to need a Mashiach Yahushua to go to the Most High on your behalf, saying, forgive me, Father, forgive me, Most High, forgive me, Yahweh, forgive me, whatever name you call him. You call upon him. You're not under the law. What law? Law of sacrifice. You're going to be doing what the law says, so therefore, Mashiach Yahushua don't have to go to the Most High on your behalf because you're obedient. That's what it's talking about. That's all it's talking about. Because listen, now the works of the flesh, I'm going to tell you, the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. The first one in the name is adultery. Right? Go to James 4:4. Adultery. James 4:4. That's that lust, man. That intense sexual desires for somebody else's man or somebody else's woman. Well, not necessarily somebody else's man, but you can have a man and you're going after another man. James 4:4. You adulterers and adulteresses. That's the first one in the name of the flesh. The lust of the flesh. You adulterers and adulteresses. You men that are adulterers and you women that are adulterers. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Because that's what the world promotes. You know, listen to some of the old songs. Every time about all the oldies but goodies, yeah, the old songs, it was about, adultery. If your man ain't treating you right, baby, I'll come to you and treat you right. I'll do you right. He ain't doing you right, I'll do you right. Get rid of him, come to me. And I'll take care of everything that he can't do. All that. That's all adultery. Them songs, listen to a lot of them songs. A lot of them songs about adultery. Straight up. Wickedness. Sound good. Made a lot of babies, but hey, it was about adultery. A lot of them. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? And these songs now, come on, I ain't even go there. They be talking about I can't get none, my homie can't get none. Gotta get somebody. That's like crazy. Madness. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? It makes you at war with the Most High. You friends with the world? Say, love not the world, right? So he said, you a friend of the world, you at war with the Most High. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Can't get no clearer than that. You a friend of this world, you the enemy of the Most High. And the enemies of the Most High going to be cast into the lake of fire, point blank. That's your verdict. You're going to be convicted of being a friend of this world. You're going to be cast into the lake of fire. First one to name. And we heard this a lot tonight. Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, men looking at another man's woman and want to desire to have sex with her. Even if you look at another man's woman, Mashiach Shai told us in the beginning of this lesson, that's adultery. Turn your head. Cast that eye away from him. He said, hey, why should your whole body going to be cast into the lake of fire behind what you're doing and just looking at another man's woman? Adultery, fornication, dealing with whoremongering and spiritual fornication, jumping from bed to bed, and spiritual fornication. No commitment, ain't no commitment, no kind of way, shape, or form. You know, one-nighters, or you be with them a little bit, then next thing you know, you ain't with them no more. That's you a whore. That's whoredom. And also here, we look at the book of Wisdom of Solomon, talks about spiritual fornication. Also, you turn yourself away from the Most High. Look at Wisdom of Solomon 14:12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. He said all the gods of the nations are idols in Psalms 96:5. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. You're going to dismiss all of this. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Hear that? So we go to talking about Caesar Borgia, that so-called white image that they painted of Mashiach Yahushua, the true anointed Savior, the true anointed Messiah. But we're just looking at spiritual fornication. It's dealing with idolatry. It says uncleanness, going back to Galatians 5:18, uncleanness, lasciviousness, inordinate sexual acts. That's that lust of the flesh. Idolatry, spiritual fornication, we just read about, following the ways of the other nations, being a goat, being Edomanized, saying whatever he's doing, he's telling you that's right. You like it, so you follow it, so you're going to burn right with him. Look. Go to Isaiah 13, 14 and 15. Isaiah 13, 14 and 15. It tells you. And it shall be as a chased roe. They're going to be like a chased deer. Future prophecy. And as a sheep that no man taketh up. Ain't nobody going to want to be bothered with them when this happens. They shall every man turn to his own people. When Mashiach Shai come, and he's going to separate. Put the nations, all nations, Japanese, Chinese, Edomites, so-called white people, and Israelites, and Arabs, and East Indians, Africans, all of them going to be separated. Who they are among their people. But here it says, when it start happening, they're going to be like a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. Right? They're going to be getting away from them. When this go down, this prophecy go down. Listen, this is why I'm here, because it tells you in verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Killed. Everyone that's found will be killed. Listen. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So much I said, those on the left hand, them goats, going to be cast into the lake of fire. He going to smite the nations that don't want to follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Israelites, so you join it to them, you're going to fall by the sword. That's why he said, all the sinners that's following the way of the world and sin, the ones that do the sin, and the sin that they do to make them be evil of the Most High's people, to make them be sinners of the Most High's people, the Israelites, go fall by the sword. It say the evil shall not prevent or prevail over us. We done drew it to you by doing what's wrong in the eyes of the Most High. So let's say you're going to fall by the sword. It's clear. That's why it behooves you to make that change. So we deal with the lust of the flesh. Galatians 5:20, idolatry, witchcraft. Witchcraft. Got those that's following in witchcraft. Y'all think they're righteous. They dealing with witches. Hatred, hating on your brother. Do y'all realize hatred? If you hate your brother, you like a murderer. You're a murderer in the eyes of the Most High. He'll tell you that. That's why I say people don't know the scriptures to really understand the consequences of what they're doing and hating on your brother. First John 3:15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer have eternal life abiding in him. See? So it's telling you, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife. This is Galatians 5:20. Seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, hating on your brother and actually killing your brothers unjustly, drunkenness. Ain't no drunks going to the kingdom either. Revelings, arguing all the time, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not enter or inherit the kingdom of the Most High. That's why you got to change. If you're doing any of these things, we got to change. All of us, it don't matter. Any of these things fit us, we got to change. And not do it. Verse 22. He said, if you're in the Spirit, you ain't under the law because you can be following this. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. And what's love? St. John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments. That's love. What's the love? 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Point blank. 2 John 6. The love is the keeping the commandments of the Most High. First thing it says, love. So when you keep the commandments of the Most High, you're not under the law because you're obedient. You understand? You're doing what's right, you're obedient. You just can't account yourself as one of the righteous. That ain't marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. So we all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. So don't count yourself as one of the righteous. That's not marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. You put people down because you think you are that. And you ain't nothing else you ought to be. If that's the case, then why Mashiach got to come back and teach you of 1,000 years of the Most High? You taking the place of the Most High, bringing a Mashiach to this earth to teach us? Better think again. Most High's name is jealous. And the Mashiach coming with that sharp sword to smite the nations. And you don't want, if you don't love him, you can't love him and think that you already there. Many gonna come in my name. You already represent, a lot of you out there representing Mashiach. You teach people that we Mashiach him. We belong to him. And he belongs to Most High. He's the Most High. You ain't teaching that. So you really stepping in the shoes of a Mashiach, and he gonna judge you in the end. Because that's pride. He say many misery gonna be on this earth in the last days because of pride. Great pride. People walking in great pride. Humble yourself before the Most High. Visit you. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy. Who had the joy of a Mashiach Yahushua? Who can really go through something and take it cheerfully? He said, whatever he give you, take cheerfully. Let me get that, because I've said it a couple of times. That's Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. He said, my son, verse 1, my son, If thou come to serve the Most High, prepare. You come to serve the Most High, prepare. Just the preparation that you're getting right now in dealing with this topic of lust.